Hey there guys, thank you so much for joining me, the Indie Gamer here, back with another video. In today's video, I am super excited to be taking a look at the Night Witch from developer Super Mega Team and publisher Team 17. It's available now on PlayStation, Xbox, Switch and PC. And I'd just like to take the opportunity to say a huge thanks to the developer for supplying the review key for the purpose of this video. So with that said, let's jump into the review. The Night Witch is a hand-drawn metroidvania adventure game with a heavy focus on fast-paced, bullet hell, shoot-'em-up style combat. Having had a blast with the Steam Next Fest demo a while back, I was very keen to get my hands on this full-release version of the game. And I'm super excited to be able to report it certainly did not disappoint. The Night Witch is a metroidvania but does go for a more linear feel than some of the other metroidvanias out there, like Hollow Knight for example. I would say the Night Witch's experience feels more closely akin to a game like Ori in the sense of its overall tone and method of moving the story forward. The Night Witch does a stellar job of bringing together that wondrous sense of adventure from so many of the best Metroidvania games and blending it with its incredibly addictive and super satisfying combat. The game does an excellent job of incorporating some of the classic Metroidvania staples, like areas that can't be initially reached until you have a certain ability, and these elements work very nicely in the Night Witch, creating that sense of satisfaction from opening up new areas later into the game. Gameplay-wise, the Night Witch feels incredible to play. Controls feel responsive, weapons feel impactful, and with an awesome arsenal of abilities at your disposal, combat is an absolute blast to engage in. The Night Witch adopts the twin-stick control system, so you're able to attack in a 360-degree direction at any time. The combat in this game can get super intense in a glorious way. The amount of things going on screen in some encounters really is mind-boggling, and is at times a true test of focus and concentration. In combat, you'll have your standard projectile which you can aim with the right stick, or if you don't aim it will auto-target for a less powerful but accurate attack, which can certainly come in very handy in incredibly hectic moments. Other than that though, definitely my favourite part of combat is the deck building element, which are upgrade cards that you collect along the way for special attacks that you can leverage in combat. These spell cards are awesome fun and offer a broad range of abilities when equipped for different scenarios. Once equipped, they'll appear at the bottom right of the screen and can be actioned with the corresponding X, Y or B buttons. These spell cards were super fun to experiment with, and I found myself using them a little like the charms in Hollow Knight, using certain spell card loadouts for different scenarios, like particular boss styles, types of enemies or regular exploration. My only very small gripe with the spell cards is that you don't know which card will be assigned to which button when they show up, and when you're right in the thick of a very busy combat encounter, looking down to the bottom right of the screen even for a split second can often be enough to cause you to take damage if you're not lucky. It wasn't a major issue though, but it was something that threw me a little earlier in the game. The more I progressed though, the more I adapted to it, but it was something that I thought would be worth mentioning. The Night Witch focuses most of its attention on combat, but does have some great moments of breaking up the action too, with some lighter exploration, aerial timing-based platforming-like sections, and some nicely done puzzles too, which seem to feature more prevalently later into the game. These elements were definitely very welcome and a very nice change of pace. Bottom line though, when it comes to gameplay, if you love a lot of intense combat in your games and like the idea of blending that with some lighter Metroidvania elements, it's very likely you are gonna love the Night Witch. Story-wise, the Night Witch tells a surprisingly well-developed narrative that definitely got more and more gripping the further the game went on. I was a little worried early on that the storytelling might be falling into the trap of feeling a little generic, but the game did end up having a few unexpected turns as it developed that I did very much enjoy. But overall, the story wasn't the biggest draw for me, but definitely was solid and enjoyable to experience. In terms of presentation, this definitely has to be one of the areas where the Night Witch shines its brightest. Visuals in general are rich with detail, vibrancy, and absolutely pop off the screen. Environments are beautiful and varied, each with their own distinct identity and unique feel. The game definitely hones in on a colourful, inviting and vibrant look, with every aspect of this game's aesthetic feeling expertly crafted and an absolute pleasure to behold. The game's audio is also fantastic. Sound effects are multi-layered and detailed, adding so much to this game's overall experience. The Night Witch's music is also superb, doing a great job of creating atmosphere and also kicking it up nicely too when combat encounters fire up, putting you right in the zone for the intensity of this game's combat. Overall, the Night Witch does an excellent job of bringing together many appealing elements, most notably its metroidvania design, intense bullet hell combat, and its interesting deck builder elements. While perhaps the game does lack the depth and freedom to explore of some others in the metroidvania genre, what the Night Witch does incredibly well is balance many very cool elements into an excellent overall package. If you like the idea of a beautifully crafted Metroidvania meshed with a super fun and addictive bullet hell shoot 'em up, then do not hesitate to jump into the Night Witch, as there is every chance it will be right up your street.